Aurangabad. I welcome Professor Dr.C.R.RENE Robin, who is Dean Innovation, Sri Sairam Engineering College, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, for the webinar on angel investment, VC funding opportunity for early stage entrepreneurs, which is organized by Institution Innovation Council and Department of Quality Assurance. So on behalf of Department of Quality Assurance as well as Institution Innovation Council, I welcome Dr. Rene Robin for the session and ask Sana ma'am to continue, please. So over to Sana Safiruddin ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Respected Principal in Charge, Dr. Abubakar Salam Bawazir, Y.B.Chavan College of Pharmacy. Speaker for today's session, Dr. C.R.RENE Robin, sir. IIC in charge, Dr. Furhan Khan, HOD Department of Quality Assurance, Dr. J.N. Sangshetty, teachers, and all my dear students. I welcome you all for today's online session on angel investment, venture capital funding opportunities for early stage entrepreneurs, organized by IIC Committee and Department of Quality Assurance. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you to the speaker of today's webinar. He is no other than Dr. Rene Robin. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible, Sana.
Okay. Dr. Rene Robin has received his ME and PhD degree from Anna University in 2006 and 2011, respectively. He is currently working as a professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Dean Innovation at Sri Sairam Engineering College from December 2022. His areas of interest include ontological engineering, knowledge management, and e-learning semantic web, etc. He is recognized supervisor of Anna University to guide PhD and MS students till date in the research area or like computer science and engineering. Till date, 11 PhD research scholars have been successfully completed their PhD program, and currently 7 research scholars are doing their research under him. He is a doctoral committee member of Anna University, Satyabhama University, and so on. He wrote 2 books and 1 book chapter. He has around 80 publications in national and international journals and conferences. He has received Mentor Award for IBM for the Great Mind Challenge 2011, and he has also got Young IT Professional Award 2012 by the Computer Society of India at regional level. During the lockdown period, he has trained more than 3,500 teachers on digital tool for effective learning process. As an innovation ambassador, he has delivered around 50 talks on innovations, IPR, startups, and entrepreneurship. He has also visited many countries like Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Singapore, Malaysia, and so on. Thank you so much, sir, that we are having you today here for this session. And over to you, sir. We will be eagerly waiting to hear from you, sir. Over to Dr. Rene, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Please confirm my audio, video, and my screen also.
Yes, sir. It is completely visible.
I have shared my screen. 1 minute. Presentation. Just make sure that you are seeing my screen.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. I would like to thank the organizers from Y.B.Chavan College of Y.B.Chavan College of Pharmacy, Aurangabad, for inviting me to share my knowledge and experience on angel investment, venture capitalist funding opportunity for early stage entrepreneurs. So I take this opportunity to thank the principal in charge, Dr. Abubakar Salam Basir sir, the convener IIC, HOD of Quality, Department of Quality Assurance, and the faculty coordinator from Department of Quality Assurance. So the college is taking wonderful initiatives in promoting the innovation and promoting the institutions innovation council of government of India, Ministry of Education. So today's topic is on angel investment and venture capitalist funding opportunity for early stage of entrepreneurship. So So I'm very happy to share that I'm one of the innovation ambassador trained by Ministry of Education under Institutions Innovation Council. So we need to be very proud to say that India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. Earlier, we have taken a lot of initiatives to promote startups, and we have achieved, and this is the evidential for proof that India has reached the benchmark, saying that the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, next to United States of America and China. And various programs being organized, and India is become a home for around 32 unicorns. It's not so easy to uh, bring up a unicorn, a startup that is become enterprise and become an entrepreneur, and it become an unicorn. Unicorn is not so easy, but due to the various factors helping the startups and the government policies helping the startups, that made around 32 unicorns in India. And we have current median age of founder entrepreneurs lies at 31. This is evidence that young people are coming for business, are become entrepreneurs. So we have a lot of scope because India is having large population of youngsters, and it indicates that if you guide the youngsters, especially students, in a proper way, the possibilities are more that is going to help the economy of our country. And institutions has taken a oath of taking, or propagating, or encouraging their students. And the government of India has taken a lot of initiatives through Institutions Innovation Council to promote innovation, startup entrepreneurship, intellectual property right, and so on. And I'm very happy to say that I'm the institution which I am working, Sairam Engineering College, has created separate portfolio department innovation, and I'm heading as Dean Innovation, promoting the innovation activities. As mentioned in my introductory section, that I have given around 60 to 70 talk on various topics with respect to innovations all over the country. So very happy to be here. I thank the technological world that I am sitting in Chennai and interacting with around 50 participants at Aurangabad, and the digital world helping us or connecting us very easily. Morning had a meeting outside with the company people, and I rushed to home to address you. So in 29 states and in union territories, now we have startup policies. Okay, I hope you are all aware of National Innovation and Startup Policy. The policy was framed under the headship of Professor Ashok Junjunwala, Professor of Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IITM, and based on the direction of NISP national policy, all the states are requested to do their own policy, and institutions are asked to come up with their own policies. And hope, since you are all part of IIC, and definitely your institutions is being a part of NISP, and you would have framed your own national, your own startup policy, innovation startup policy, and you can call it as your name of the institutions followed by startup and innovation policy. So NISP is nothing but National Innovation and Startup Policy. Okay, and it shows, this particular statistics shows that we have bright scope for startups, and hope you're all in maybe in early stage of entrepreneurship. We call it as startup. On an average, 12 jobs created per startup, total up to 350,000 jobs being created with the help of these startups. Okay, so we are encouraging students, we are encouraging faculty members to be a job provider rather than be a job seeker. That is the main focus. And the positive aspect is India, we have around 140 crores people, and we have huge demand of products, we have huge demand of the services. So whether it may be a product or it may be a service, the opportunities and demand are high. So we can jump even if you target your local market. So this the the evidential proof for India is the third largest unicorn, next to USA and China, and even UK and Germany are behind us. So unicorn is 51 unicorns. We have an average years of unicorn is 7.3 years average valuation. So these they are statistical reports saying that India is marching towards its success. So with respect to this angel investors funding and the venture capitalist funding, the we need to know the basic terminologies with respect to this. So let me start with the accelerators. We need accelerators. How an accelerator is helping to increase the speed of a vehicle. Similarly, we need accelerators, the human accelerator or process accelerators to drive our journey or our startup journey. So, startup accelerators design programs in batches and transform promising business ideas into reality under the guidance of mentors and several other available resources. Okay, so the mentors, pool of mentors and resources will always trigger you and accelerate you to go further. And an angel fund as angel investor is a wealthy individual who invests his or her personal capital and share experiences, contacts, and mentors. Angels are usually accredited investors. The name of the angel. Angels are the religious meaning for angel is angels will come and help human being when they are in distress, when they are in need. Similarly, these angel investors will help the early startup people, those who are struggling for workspace, those who are struggling for seed fund, those who are struggling for the lack of mentorship. So the angel investors, they are wealthy people because they would have earned enough, and they wanted to do something, or they wanted to do some service to the public uh, society. So these people will come up and will help the early stage entrepreneurs, early stage startup people. And co-creation is nothing but so creating together. Okay, my dear friends, even you and me are witnessing that we are, and human beings are social animals, and we cannot live independently. We have to depend on each other. Okay, depend on each other. So even for conducting this webinar, the organizers would have contacted several people dependent on money, technology, and participants. So we together we can do. So co-creation is the act of creating together. When applied in business, it can be used as the economic strategy to develop new business models, products, and services with customers, clients, trading partners, or other partners of some enterprise or ventures. So when you create a business, when you develop a business, when you start a business, okay, we have to start the business for to meet the need of the customers. So when we'll be knowing about the need of the customers, if we have the correct interaction, and so the product normally will be designed and development to meet the customers, will have the what I say, the collaboration of various stakeholders. And equity is nothing but it is amount the an equity share is commonly refers to an ordinary share also, as represents the form of fractional or part ownership. It is kind of the partnership and the money share, okay, equity. And the next definition or terminologies are entrepreneurial culture. Okay, so when this culture will, so it's a kind of business culture, a culture, a society that enhance the exhibition of the attributes, values, belief, and behavior that are related to entrepreneurs. So when I say culture, culture is nothing but a habit. It's a habit, it's a value. So entrepreneurial is nothing but an individual who has an entrepreneur mindset and wants to make his or her idea individual successful. So basically a business idea, those who are having business idea, and they wanted to do or start a business from their idea. So we call them as entrepreneurial. And entrepreneurship is nothing but entrepreneurship education seeks to provide students with knowledge, skill education, and motivation. Even the seminar is a kind of entrepreneurship activity through which the knowledge with respect to entrepreneurship and startups, and even the angel funding and the venture capitalist funding, a part of the entrepreneurship culture or the ecosystem. And Fab Lab and Hackathon, the fabrication lab, we call it as fabrication lab. And the whatever you develop, it must be tested in a lab before we launch it into the market. So we call it as fabrication lab and hackathon. Hackathon is a competition, and Government of India has announced various hackathon. Recently, the Smart India Hackathon 2022 got over, and participants from all over the country have enthusiastically participated on our own prizes. The first prize for every uh, participants have been honored based on their achievement. The first prize for the winners 1 lakh rupees, and it has been awarded for several colleges based on various sectors, and hackathon. So hackathon is a kind of healthy competition among the. It brings a healthy competition among the students. And what is required to encourage students? We have to promote some kind of healthy competition. So hackathon is the one which is helping. So followed by we have a lot of ideathon, solvathon, innovathon, inspirathon. So many events uh, being conducted all over the country. You know? So AICT has taken an initiative of promoting this through Idea Lab. Hope you're all aware of Two Faces Idea Lab has been over, and the objective of introducing this Idea Lab is nothing but to develop or to create 1 lakh technology based student startup in next 10 years. This is what the main focus. And whoever is getting the institutions got the Idea Lab is responsible for joining this venture. So put together, the government is expecting 1 lakh technology-based student startup. Okay, underline the word technology-based student startup. Okay. Students are encouraged, motivated to set up startups, and it must be technology-based, not process startups, technology-based startups. And so the AICT lab or the institutions need to do a lot of programs with respect to faculty development programs, skilling programs, boot camps, ideation workshops, awareness workshops for industry, then internship, professional skilling, school teachers awareness program. It serves not only for the parent institutions, it is a responsibility of the institution to educate this innovation and promoting them to convert ideas into product even around the schools and colleges. So let's come to the incubation and IPR licensing. What is incubation, my dear friends? Normally, a premature baby is born. It will be incubated a certain period of time. Otherwise, to till the immunity increases. Similarly, when you are in the beginning stage of your entrepreneurial journey, we call it a startup, early stage of startup. You have to be, your idea have to be, your technology have to be incubated for certain period of time in a incubator. Incubator is an organization or body which incubate or preserve the idea technology safely and for over a period of time. So incubation is unique and highly flexible combination of business development process. And what is intellectual property rights licensing? Okay, so when you propose some idea, when you have some idea, and based on that you are developing a product and you are launching it to the market, and you are doing a business based on your idea, the possibilities are there for someone to copy your idea and claim that is their. So, for example, they may claim that it is their idea, so it may affect your business. So in order to protect your uniqueness and your idea, it is better to go for protecting your intellectual properties through licensing. We have various licensing like patent, copyright, trademark, geographical indication, and so on. Okay, so when you have some idea, you need to protect your idea through intellectual property right. And pre-incubation and prototype is nothing but so the a stage before you go for incubation is called pre-incubation, and prototype is nothing but a model. It's a model, the early sample model or release of product built to test a concept or process. Okay, prototypes are very much useful because if you develop the entire product and test, sometimes it may not work, and it leads lot of calamities and loss, loss of money, your energy, your time, and so on. But prototypes always helping us, giving the assurance that okay, this product will work out if if you go for the complete development of the conversion of your idea into product. Seed fund is nothing but seed fund is a form of securities offering in which an investors invest capital in a startup company. So, say for example, I am having an idea, and I wanted to start a company, but sometimes I may not have the financial support, financial stability to start a startup. So when somebody is an investor is coming and helping me the at the initial stage, that is called seed fund. So what I can do is I can get the seed fund from the investors, and I can start my business. Okay, startup is nothing but, so you need to understand what is startup and entrepreneur. So startup is both are same. Gone are the days. There are single common meaning for both startup and entrepreneur. It's nothing but business unit, business unit. But now the when you start a business, and it will be called as a startup for some period of time, maybe 3 years, 0 to 3 years, or maximum 5 years. But what will happen within these 3 years or 5 years, your startup will become an enterprise, and money will started flowing, and you will become an entrepreneur. Okay. So early stage of the business is called business unit is called startup, and once your business unit become an enterprise, and you started experiencing money flow, and that will become, and you will get the confidence that you will stand alone to run the business, then it will become an entrepreneurship. So both the business unit, but now the initial stage will be called a startup, and once it is picked up, it will called as entrepreneurship. And why we have to know all these things? Okay, so gone are the days these were not taught in education institutions, especially to students and faculty members. Okay, but now the government of India and all the statutory bodies who are affiliating universities during the affiliation, and bodies like AICT and UGC during the accreditation, NAC and the NB accreditation, they have started asking how many faculty startup you have, how many student startup you have. They just started, my dear friends, the days are not too far. It will going to be a very big parameters for assessing the educational institutions. This is a good time to know about, to know or get the proper awareness about these terminologies, and travel start your startups. Okay, you and me are expected to start our own business from your idea. So when a faculty starts a business, it will be called as faculty startup, and when a student startup starts a business unit, is called a student startup. And technology business incubator is a new emerging bird, and institutions are focusing towards. So incubator, technology business incubator. So if you have any idea, if you have any technology, what you can do is every institutions can have the technology business incubators, and these incubators will support or incubate the technologies. And technology commercialization is nothing but, so what is commercialization? Making money out of it. Why we are going for technology development? Why you are going for product development? So the main objective is to make business or make money out of it. Okay, a product is development, and it is being tested, and what we do, we launch it to the market, and we'll start a business, then we'll make it as a kind. So technology commercialization is the process of transiting technologies for commercialization, the research lab to the marketplace. So whatever is happening at whatever you have developed in the research lab, It is not developed to keep in the bureau of alamaris of research lab. You have to push it to the marketplace, and you have to make money out of it. And the technology licensing and venture capital is nothing but, so we have to go for licensing. So when you, so it is a kind of agreement. So say for example, I have developed a technology, and I'm not interested to run a business. What I can do is, technology is mine, and some business people may be interested to do business out of my technology. So I can transfer my technology through technology licensing. And venture capital is nothing but, so huge amount of investors will invest huge amount with what I say, the kind of partnership. People will venture with the ideators, and it's a win-win situations. So that is nothing but venture capitalist. Okay. For all these things, you got some idea about the basic terminology with respect to the innovation ecosystem, especially the startups and entrepreneurship. Any doubts till now? Can you get confirmation from the audience? If you have any doubt, kindly respond to me.
Students, if you are having any question, you can post it in the chat box or you can directly ask Dr. Sir for the same.
Okay, hope it is. Okay. Is it, it's a question or noise? Madam, I'm not clear. The voice is not clear. Shall I proceed, ma'am?
Yes, sir, you can proceed. I
Okay.
think that was an inconvenience.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Okay. Now, what is important for doing a business? So for doing a business. Okay. So assume that you have some idea. So assume that you are in a project review. Students, you wanted to convince your project coordinators and project coordinators sitting in front of you, and you will come up with a presentation, and you do the presentation, and a lot of questions will be bombarded to you, and you will answer. At the end of the review, you will be happily go that you have convinced your project coordinators. Okay. So similarly, so when you present your idea to your investors, so here we are talking about angel investors and the capital ventures. So these people will they will not give money as it is. Okay, if you convince them, then they will fund for your idea. So that is nothing but presenting your idea. Presenting your idea to convince the investors is nothing but pitching. Okay, so what is pitching in business? Pitching in business refers to presenting business idea to another party. You have a business idea, and you are presenting it to somebody and seeking their assistance in the form of workspace or in the form of. So nobody will donate something without getting the confident. So what confidence you have to give? So you have to convince the investors. Pitch your startup business to potential investors or your products to potential customers. Okay, so both are getting money. You are presenting your idea to your customers, or you are presenting your business to your investors. Both are, your main objective is to make money and attract your investors or customers. And the way in which you are presenting is very important. And you need to have lot of research on the product and the process. Okay, and various business pitchings, sales business pitch with this, and interrogative pitch or various things. And I just want to tell you that the sales pitch techniques. Okay, so you can make with the help of cold call and send an email, tell a story, grab their attention, leave a voicemail, start with a question, follow up after a previous conversation. Okay, so what is cold call? Okay, what is cold call? Sometimes when we get a phone call, when so the that may irritates us, so and it will become annoyed. So that is not cold call. Okay, so what is cold call? You have to. So normally we'll say people, man, cool, cool. Why? So we want the other person to be cool always. Okay. So salesperson here is pitching. Hello Samuel, my name is so and so, and from Pearson Marketing. How are you today? And the person is responding. The prospect is responding. Good. What can I do for you, Charles? And salesperson is, I have noticed a few ads promoting your new product line. I feel that you could really improve their effectiveness with a few small tweaks. Wow. Then prospect is, what does your company do? He is curious to know about the what the salesperson's company is doing, and he start continuing his conversation. We collaborate with e-commerce companies like yours to develop and manage their ad campaigns. In fact, within the first month, just notice, please note down it. In fact, within the first month, we increased the sales of our client Green World by 30%. Who will deny? Now the after hearing the statistics, in a month, the 30% increase in sales, oh, that is normally all business people are expecting the how to increase their sales. Okay. And the moment he is thinking, he's not allowing him to think itself. Salesperson is continuing. Do you have 10 to 15 minutes next time where we could schedule a brief call? I'd love to learn more about your market needs and share some of the strategies that have proven effective for us. Now, this is what a business pitching. Now within few minutes, the salesperson convinced the prospectors and getting his idea. Otherwise, what we'll do? Oh, no, I have a business. I'm in a meeting. So we'll cut the call. Okay. Here, this cold call, the effective cold call. So make this prospect to continue his pitching. And pitching in workplace, even in workplaces, you can make. Okay, so we have seen that how to pitch to your client or your investors, even in your workplace, even maybe in your college, if you have some good ideas. Whenever you get an opportunity to interact with your boss, your chairman or CEOs, what you can do is, okay, this is what I have solved, this is what all the gap I have identified. So if you tell that your ideas, so that is also a kind of pitching, and pitching when networking. And you cannot take much time, you cannot take more time. So whatever you want to tell, you have to crush and put it in nutshell. Maybe the time as allotted to you, maybe it's 6:30 to 60 seconds. Okay, it's not like project review. I don't think that you can take 30 to 40 minutes to convince your project coordinators. Your project coordinator will quietly sit, but the investors and the business people, they will not listen much, so that your pitching is very, very short and crisp. So you can take even a minute time to convince them. Okay, so what type of skills required for business pitching? Communication skill is very important, for doing any business. Marketing people, the best communicator will be put it into market. And similarly, we have to do research. Research is very important for every business. Research is very important. The organization which is not strong on R&D will die in a point of time. And the problem solving capabilities. Problem solving is the basic step of converting your idea into a product. Okay. And public speaking capability and creativity. You need to be very creative. So these are all the various requirements, skills required for business pitching. Okay. So I just want to tell you the avenues where you can submit your ideas and get mentorship. Yukti 2.0 is one of the avenues created by Government of India, and every students can, or faculty or non-teaching faculty member, can submit their idea in Yukti 2.0 portal, and it will be reviewed and proper mentorship will be given to you, or sponsorship will be given to you. Okay, how to get into Yukti 2.0? You as a student or faculty or staff can get your own username and password login credential. Our education institutions on behalf of student, faculty, and staff can get their own login credentials. Our startups created by student, faculty, staff can get your own login credentials. Our institutes incubator on behalf of startups created by student, faculty, and staff. These are all the four ways of getting into Yukti 2.0. I have given the websites yukti.mic.gov.in, register.phd. I encourage every institution need to have their own IFTI 2.0 portal, and the good projects can be posted or uploaded in IFTI 2.0. It will be reviewed by the officials, and the appropriate mentor will be assigned to you. And based on your technology readiness level, the even the sponsorship will be you can avail the sponsorship also. Okay, I could see the sector-wise distribution for 2.0. These are all the various sectors: one, water sanitation, tourism, hospitality, technologies and grassroots impact, robotics, renewable energy, then aerospace, agriculture, chemical, clean tech, so, the food processing, nutrition, biotechnology, fashion, electronics, so defense, security, so the healthcare and pharma. So even your students, you are doing something. So you look at this. You look at this. The opportunities for health and pharma, 19.5 percentage, and I think among all the sectors, the highest number of projects submitted under this sector, healthcare and pharma. So your institutions and the pharmaceutical institutions have bright scope of submitting your ideas. Don't worry about all the final year project. Just review it, and worthy projects can be considered for submitting Yukti 2.0, and wait for a few days, and you will get response from Yukti 2.0 for further proceed your project, because sometimes our thinkings are limited. When we get proper mentorship, your projects will get good shape. And I could see another distribution in ICTI 2.0, that state-wise distribution. The Tamil Nadu is on top with the submission of 6,425 projects. Maharashtra is in the second place, submitting 2,749 projects, and so on. No, it is my assumption that in one point of time, the institution, it may ask that the institution-wise distributions. Okay, so suppose if you are submitting more number of ideas, and your institutions will come on top. Okay, so what I'm saying is, even this time the IIC, the most of the data are auto pulled data. You would have experienced IIC coordinators would have experienced it. Even your innovation ambassador campaign and your for ARIA, all the data are pulled. Even Yukti 2.0, they are pulling the data, how many projects you have submitted. So don't wait without delay. What you can do is, if you don't have any dedicated login credential for institutions, try to get your login credentials for Yukti 2.0 and submit maximum ideas, so that your institutions will be recognized, and it helps you to get the good ranking in ARIA also. Okay, so these are the information you are supposed to provide in Yukti 2.0 sector. These are all the sectors we have. Healthcare and pharma is also available. One sector is identified, and it will ask and what capacity you are submitting, whether you are a student or a faculty or a staff. Then that part is over. Then you will come to technology readiness level. Okay, I have devoted few slides in the future for technology readiness level. There are 9 technology readiness level, and you have to tell the readiness level of your technology here. Okay, and let us see the technology readiness level. As I mentioned earlier, there are 9 levels of technology readiness level. So every technology which we develop has its own level, and it is our responsibility to identify in which level we are and how to progress next. Okay, technology readiness level 1 is nothing but basic research. Initial scientific research has been conducted. So any idea, it will be in technology readiness level 1, because still the basic research. Even second level, applied research. If you do applied research for your ideas, and it will come under technology readiness level. Critical function or proof of concept. If you have, so then based on your basic research and applied research, If you develop a proof of concept, and if you have a proof of concept for your idea, then it is in technology readiness level 3. And technology readiness level 4 is lab testing, validation of alpha prototyping component and process. And the laboratory testings are integrated or semi-integrated testing. Once it is developed and we have to go for testing, testing may be integrated testing or semi-integrated testing. In computer science, we call it as alpha testing, beta testing, unit testing, integration testing. So in engineering, we will call it as different types of testing. So if your product has reached up to that level, then it is in technology readiness level 5. And prototype system verified is system or process prototype demonstration in an operational environment. The integrated pilot system demonstrated if you come to this level, then you are in technology readiness level 7. System incorporated in commercial design will come under technology readiness level. And if the system is fully developed and it is ready for commercialization, then you have reached this technology readiness level. So any product, you have to test the level of the technology readiness level. And proof of concept, we have seen it is in technology readiness level 3. So when you go for applying any idea for funding, they will ask your proof of concept, because you need to complete your basic research and applied research. So according to your understanding and outcome of your research, you have to develop the proof of concepts. And business model canvas is nothing but, commercialization. I cannot say that commercialization, when I say innovation, commercialization is a part of it. And if there is no money making out of your idea, then you cannot claim it is an innovation. So if you want to claim it is an innovation, then you have to justify the business part. Okay. And without commercialization, there is no innovation. Okay. Innovation is nothing but invention multiplied by commercialization. So what you are supposed to do with respect to business model canvas, you have to identify your key partners. You have to identify the key activities. You have to identify the key resources. You have to identify the value proposition. You need to identify the customer relationship, channels and customer segments, revenue streams, cost structures. You know, you may think that I'm a student, why should I concentrate on those things? And I tell you, the professors, those who are here, so ask your students to know about these things. Whenever they come up with an idea for project, for your even your domain, pharma, and when they proposing some idea, ask these questions, basic questions: who are all going to be your customers? How we are going to channelize it? Once it is developed, who are all going to use it? What is the value of it? What is the cost involved with it? What you will generate? How you will scale up your business? We have to inject this kind of mindset among the students, especially this century people. We need to inject this kind of spirit among during the student stage. Gone are the days we were not concentrating on these those things, because we were focused only on results, pass percentage, and the placement. We were fully into educational innovation ecosystem, and now we are moving to innovation ecosystem. Okay, so keeping this mind, we have developed the Sairam innovation. The institution which I am working is Sairam Engineering College in Chennai, 26 years old autonomous institutions focusing. We have three engineering institutions and three medical institutions, Siddha, Homia, and the Ayurveda medical colleges and Polytechnic is around 20 institutions, group of institutions around 30,000 students are studying in various campuses. The Sairam innovation ecosystem we have developed for keeping the 4 years educations of engineering education. I discussed about hackathon. No, it's a competition based model. Competitions are helping us. Competitions are motivating us. Competitions are triggering our minds. Competitions are better for somebody's are bringing somebody's creativity. Okay, so we were very strong on project based learning model. We were very strong on the activity based learning model and other learning models. The latest learning model we propose is competition based learning model. Competition based learning model. Okay. We have introduced four different competitions for 4 years, 4 year students. Okay. So, in all the, I'll tell you the name of the competition. First year, Sairam SDG Ideathon. Second year, Sairam SDG Solvathon. Third year, Sairam SDG Innovathon. And final year, Sairam SDG Inspirathon. Okay. Why SDG? What is SDG? Can someone type in the chat box what is SDG? If you know what is SDG, could you please type it in the text box or unmute your mic and say what is SDG? Are you there? Response from the audience, participants. Very good. Thank you, Sheikh Sena, madam. Okay. SDG is nothing but Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. It is proposed by United Nations. Okay. As an institution, we are supporting and promoting Sustainable Development Goals, and all our initiatives are with respect to Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. There are 17 Sustainable Goals, Development Goals, and 169 targets. The even starting from 1 hour seminar to 1 year project, we map with any one of the sustainable development goals. Even you are coming under institution, whole institution coming under the goal number 4, the health, good health. So so we are focusing on all 17 goals. Okay, promoting all 17 goals. First year we have the immersion program, so making the students to experience, and will take them to villages, industries, societies, to experience what is the real need of the society, and we'll teach them critical thinking, and we will ask the students to submit their ideas. The first year entire first year ideation will go on now. So students are encouraged to submit idea with respect to sustainable development goals. And evaluation at the end of the year, evaluation will be done based on how big their ideas, and how it is supporting sustainable development goals. Based on that, evaluation will be done. And second year, the same students will come to second year with the same idea, and they would have learned something new. They would have experienced something. So what can they will be allowed to what I say can reshape their idea, and has to be submitted for the next competition, Sairam SDG Solvata. Here we are telling them how to solve the idea. We have live in lab concept for all the students, and we are educating them design thinking, and we will conduct lot of boot camps and technological training, then accelerators programs, business model development. So even in the second year, we'll teach them how to develop business model for their ideas. And the same idea will get good shape in the second year. End of the second year, they will come to third year with the same idea, and where we have mini project, they will submit this idea for mini project and start doing prototype development. So since they when they develop prototype, they will get confident. They'll be allowed to showcase their project outside world, and will help them to teach business pitching and accessing technology readiness level. Okay. Here at the end of the third year, the evaluation will be based on the innovation, and final year the project development. The same idea. Will students need not worry about a project, because we have given them enough time from the first year to final year to think about their project, and that idea will be given the prototype developed in the third year, will be submitted for project development, and they will develop their product. Then Inspirathon is nothing but how they inspire the society. So these students can submit their ideas in journals, and they can go for intellectual property right patent, or they can set up their own startup. Okay. So based on their credential, we will evaluate them, and how they inspired the society. Okay, this is what the ecosystem which we have developed, and this can be very well applied applicable to other institutions, and any kind of uh, assistance you required for your institutions to develop your institution's innovation ecosystem. As an innovation ambassador of the Minister of Education, IIC, it's my privilege to assist your institutions. And the various emotion, we need to know the importance of emotion program. Okay, normally if you want to do a project, so where we'll go for identifying a projects, we go to library, we'll search some journals, of the foreign journals, and we'll take the problem from the journals. What I want to tell you is, if you formulate your problem from your library, it will end up at library as another paper. But rather, if you formulate your problem from the industry, or from the society, or from the village, or from your own home, and it will end up where it has been taken. This is what is required. This is what is required. India is a country. We have 140 crores of people, and for small small things, we are importing from other countries. So in order to please keep it in your mind of how you are contributing to your nation through your product development. We used to conduct various immersion program for our faculty members. We'll take them. This the picture I have taken with the honorable deputy mayor of Chennai, Greater Chennai Corporation, and through him we got an opportunity to visit various departments of Chennai corporations, and we will take them to those places, and the students will experience the real need of the technology, and so on. And we have successfully completed several events. These are all the events with respect to the innovation ecosystem to promote students ideas. And this is one of the, just to have a look.
Okay, so let's take an example of IPL. Look at the companies that sponsored IPL in 2008, 9, and 10, and look the companies that are sponsoring now for the IPL. So correct, Dream 11, most of these are startups, right? So the next 10 years focus is going to be on startups, and for startups the seed is sown right when you are in college. And in college generally it begins with an innovation event or ideathon that is happening there. So I really appreciate Sairam group of institutions for taking the effort to bring out the ideas in student. And especially, it is not an easy feat to get around 600 ideas from students. So that itself calls for a big round of applause. And next, it is not only just to make the students present the idea. I also noticed that they are being told to take on the idea towards their second year, third year, fourth year, and then work it out as a project and then a viable model as well. So I think that also is definitely an appreciable thing from Sairam group of institutions. Thank you.
Second year, the program is Sairam SDG Salvathon. We have conducted two versions. 1.0 has successfully conducted. This year, going to conduct. And we have signed the MOU with IITM Incubation Cell, a LEAF program. LEAF is a Learning Engineering Activity Program proposed by Professor Timothy Gonsalves. He was the founding director of IIT Mandi, and our students are being trained, mentored by Professor Timothy's group. So we have developed a portal for maintaining all these students project. In first year we have collected around 600 plus, and second year we have collected 700 ideas. Because these ideas are in the portal, and anytime any requirement we will get the portal and we'll do it. And these are all the snapshot I have taken during my visit at IITM Chennai. And we got an opportunity to visit Andhra Pradesh MedSec zone. One of our professor from EC department, Dr. Tamil Selvi, her research is on the design and development of handheld device for to diagnose breast cancer. And she submitted her proposal to Andhra Pradesh MedSec zone, and her proposal accepted, and we have been called for presentation. And the madam has been in Visakhapatnam at amidst Andhra Pradesh MedSec zone for 7 months. for the product development. And we have unique programs called Innovation Clinic, IP Clinic, Publication Clinic, Startup Clinics. Okay, even you can have your own this kind of clinic at your institutions. The concept is nothing but clinics. When a patient goes to a doctor, they go without any proof. Doctor will do the diagnosis and identify it. Similarly, those who are having idea can approach us. We, the set of people, will sit as a consultant, and we will hear from the students need not come up with any formal presentation. So they will simply come and share their ideas, and they will seek how this idea can be converted into a pattern or other things. These are all various startups which we have developed, students and faculty startups developed during this 1.5 years of period. And students are motivated to develop project, and the publication clinic, through publication clinic, various publications are coming up nowadays. This is one of the proof that SCI journal and Sairam Techno Culture is an initiative of our institutions to promote technology for agriculture. And some of the companies are registered under our incubators. And I just want to tell you the various are the most active angel investors in startup. Could you able to see the this
Yes, sir,
website?
it is visible.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to tell you, you would have the doubt that for all the investors, who will be called as the angel investors. Look at this diagram. Angels, they have wings and they are coming with money. So as I mentioned earlier, so same our religious belief, angels will come with money and help without expecting anything. They will be with us and they will go off. Okay, this is what the concept of angels. Okay, so they are already very good business people, and they have plenty of money. They are wealthy people, and this seed fund which they are giving under angel investment is nothing for them. Okay, so as part of their CSR activity, they may come. So Rajan Anandan is one of the angel recognized angel investors. Anupam Mittal and TV Mohandas Pai, Girish Matrabhudam, and Anand Chandrasekharan, Dean Raj Jain, Sandeep Tantu. You can identify angel investors nearby your area. Anand Lanceria and Sanjay Mehta, Gogul Rajaraman, Ratan Tata. He's a very familiar. Everyone knows his contribution to the nation, how patriotic he is, and he dedicated his entire life for the betterment of the nation. And Amit Samani and Vijay Shekhar Sharma. So they are all the well-known angel investors. Not only this 19, we have several investors in our country, in our states, and you can identify your own area who is helping the business people. And because we need somebody to always help us our business. Okay, so humans are social animals. We have to depend on each other. We are depending on each other, and we need to help others too. Okay. So I just want to tell you various incubators. We talked about incubators also, no? So incubators, AIC, the IIC incubators are available. Uh, so if you want to suppose, if you feel that your institution is not having the technology TBI or the incubators at your institutions, you can depend on your neighbor nearby institutions who is already been recognized by IIC as the incubators. Okay, I just want to tell you that this is the website iic.mic.gov.in/incubators. So they have given the list of incubators with their details and what type of domain thrust area they will encourage. Okay, then a first list you look at Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology. Their thrust area is pharmacy and life sciences. Okay, if you have any idea, You can similarly you can go through its list is huge because IIC is supporting several institutions. So you could find the institutions and the trust areas. You can what you can do is you can approach them. So they will always help you converting your ideas into business. Okay. So these are all some of my thought processing. I just want to tell you, say, setting up of a startup must be the criteria for partial fulfillment of any degree in India. Okay, it may some of you may not accept it, but over a period of time, because for the past several years, the maximum effort a student is do develop a project. Okay, so now students are not so serious of developing their projects. They do something for the namesake and getting that degree. Okay, so that is a pathetic situation of our nation. And if you insist that they are supposed to set up a startup from their ideas, then it is worthy. They will put 100% effort on it. Why I'm saying it, when you submit your project report, you will declare that this partial fulfillment of the degree, your project is something like that, the partial fulfillment of the degree. Okay, so the real meaning, it is really worthy of saying that partial fulfillment of the degree. I leave it to the students, those who are doing the project, and the faculty members, those who are evaluating their project. Okay, how the trend will change, that's what it's my thought processing, that setting up of a startup must be a criteria for the partial fulfillment of any degree. And my next is India need an innovation ecosystem strong. So I have written it as every education institutions need to have their own technology incubators to protect their technologies. Okay. So my dear friends, I have a YouTube channel. Even today's session, I am streaming in the YouTube channel where you will get a lot of videos up there with respect to intellectual property, right? Then startups, entrepreneurship, and other things. Okay, so I encourage you. I will share the YouTube link at the end of this session, and the all the business with the unicorn, which we say that Uber is a unicorn, Facebook is a unicorn, Alibaba is a unicorn, Airbnb is a unicorn. Okay, these are all you know come up with bright ideas. Okay, when they were in the founders were in the student stage or as youngsters. Statistics says that the most of the entrepreneurship enablers nowadays, the average age is 31 years. Okay, you and me are not so far. So Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicle. Facebook, the world's most popular media owner, creates no content. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. It's all came out with the bright ideas. Okay, so I want to encourage saying that innovation leads to new creation lead to bigger action lead to progress of nation. Okay, so I really encourage you to come up with some innovation and help. Your students and your classmates collaborate with each other, and if required you can collaborate with, say for example, if you're institutions, and you can be collaborated with your other group of institutions, so you can be a part of the, then you can collaborate with the MBA students for business help. So collaboration will definitely helps to take our ideas into next level. Okay, so I thank you, the organizers, for giving this wonderful opportunity to interact. This is my contact details, and if you be in touch with me, you can note it down, and you can contact me at any time for any kind of professional assistance. Once again, I thank the organizers for giving this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge on angel investment, venture capitalist opportunities, funding opportunity for early stage of entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. As you have shown in the session that a seed is sown in the college. Many of our students have approached with startup ideas, but they didn't get where to start from. But as you have said in the session that we need an accelerator. definitely today you have served as an accelerator for our students. And as you had shown in the session that healthcare pharma serves as a 19.5% stakeholders, so definitely our student will get inspired and will get encouraged from today's session. I request Principal Sir to thank our speaker for today's session. Sir, are you there? Hello?
Dr.C.R.RENE Robin, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful session.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
You're
Hello?
audible. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
You are
Yeah.
audible, sir.
Okay, Dr. Rafiq Rene, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful session. It was hello. It was really a very knowledgeable and very informative session. I thanks once again from behalf of
Sir, your voice is dropping. Sir, Abu sir, your voice is dropping.
For your wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I have shared my YouTube channel in the chat, and
Yes, sir. Definitely, I will share the link with the students as well. I would.
Now it's okay, clear.
now,
Yes,
now
sir. Just wanted to deliver the vote of thanks. I would thank
Sana
you,
ma'am,
sir. Yes, sir. Hello.
Sana ma'am, have you prepared the certificate?
Yes, sir. I am
Hello,
just
Sana
going to
ma'am,
share.
have you prepared?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just posting
Yes,
the feedback link
yeah,
in
please
the
share it
description
and
box.
give the
So,
vote of thanks. Yeah.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So the feedback link is being shared in the chat box. The students can get their certificates after filling up the feedback form. I would like to thank you, sir, for your knowledgeable and inspiring words. It's in such an honor for me to get an opportunity to thank you, Dr. C.R. Rene Robin, sir. I would also like to thank our principal, Dr. Abu, sir, double IC in charge, Furqan, sir, HOD of the department QA, Dr. Sangsheti, sir, teachers, and all the participants. Thank you very much for the session. Sir, I request your permission. Can I end this session?
yes,
Dr. Rene Robin, sir?
Thank you,
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you so much, sir. Thank you. Nice to hear
Thank you all. Thank you all. We'll be in touch. Thank you. Thank you.